Sorry about that. It comes from a heart level. So the sheer terror will feel like it's outside of you, but with phobias, the fear is like a pressure, a real pressure. So you'll feel an intense fear of a specific object or situation, such as heights or flying. The fear goes beyond what's appropriate and may cause you to avoid ordinary situations. Now, I'd like to say at this moment in time, that's very real, okay? I don't have a fear of heights, but if I go up there, my head spins and like my body literally knows if I go up more than one floor, okay? One floor I seem to manage okay, but more than that, and next thing you know I'm spinning, and I feel fine on the inside, okay? So it's not part of who I am. And this is what we've got to come to understand with mental illness, is it's not an essential part of who I am, okay? It's happening, it's real, and we can do positive things and healthy things and behavioural changing things that can help get us through. I haven't personally had specific phobias. If I did have one, I would say it's stairs. And I don't know why, but stairs can be terrifying for me from an anxiety perspective too. It's not logical. It's just that I'm very, very careful around stairs. I've never fallen downstairs. I've never fallen upstairs. Actually, I fell downstairs once. I was self-inflicted though, and that was back in my young days. We don't need to talk about that just now. But it never gave me a phobia of stairs. I just simply have this thing where I'm very, very cautious around stairs, and I try not to make it a fear and seem stupid, because you just know that the people around you, what's wrong with you? Just go down the stairs, you'll be right. So I'm very, very kind when people have phobias that I don't understand, because sometimes they just make no sense. And the best we can do is just keep desensitising ourselves a bit at a time. I'd love to be able to walk up and down stairs. I just know that if I ever went to one of those big stadiums in the US, I'd rather be on ground level. The heights just, my brain doesn't do it with heights. Okay, and generalised anxiety disorder. Feel excessive, unrealistic worry and tension with little or no reason. And it happens, and it happens to so many people. And it crushes their lives. They shut down, they stop being social, but they also stop the rest of their lives. They do the minimum to exist. So if you're doing the minimum to exist, you need to know that you actually can do the work towards a healthier life. One of the things that I want to share with you is that consistency is paramount, okay? I work with people to overcome a lot of this, but I'm happy to help people give away free information like try this, do this. That's not a problem. But I can always tell when somebody wants to do the work and when they don't want to do the work, and when they want to keep being in, it's not just victim mentality, but it's more a woe is me mentality. Nothing works, and I'm just going to keep either popping pills that numb me because I can't deal with pain that's inside me. And I have zero problems with taking antidepressant and the anxiety medication. Zero. But there are some people who use it because to medicate, not the anti-anxiety, antidepressant medications. They use other medications to medicate the pain that's inside of them. When you've got a mental health challenge, you will need to look at whether you want to take medication or not, but that's a whole other chat show. I have definitely needed it, and it has helped me help myself become well. And I think one of the things with mental health too is that you go, this is crazy because this is not who I am. And you're right, the mental health challenge is not who you are, okay? So I found, we've actually got 2 slides today, girls. Okay, so I wanted to give you a list of symptoms in case you're watching it on replay and you're really not sure whether you're just imagining it or not, okay? If this is happening for you, then you're not imagining it, okay? And I think at the beginning of anxiety disorders, we can try and convince ourselves that we can just get over it on our own, okay? It's not real, it's not true. We need to be able to reach out. Reaching out scares the heck out of us, but we need to. Night, Cheryl, thanks for joining. Okay, so all anxiety disorders share some of the same general symptoms. So you're going to have panic, fear, and uneasiness. And if you're feeling that uneasiness, what you can do, if you're not sure whether you've got an actual anxiety disorder or not, is begin to make a note. So grab yourself a diary, like you don't need one as big as mine, but I have mine. I have a day-to-day one, okay? And what I used to do in the past was take note of how I was feeling that day. And then over the space of a week, you can get an idea whether the uneasiness is intermittent, so it's only every now and then, or you can see that it's really coming about for you every day. And that's one of the challenges with anxiety, is to begin to notice, is it just once every blue moon, or is it happening every day and I'm just ignoring it and pushing through? Pushing through won't change the fact that it's there, you're just pushing it down, and then it comes back and hits you so hard, it's not funny. Okay? Sleep problems. I can't tell you one person that has anxiety, an anxiety disorder, and doesn't know what sleep problems are. Okay? You can't sleep at night and then you're going to sleep all day. All right? You will know that you have this, because no matter what you try to do to go to sleep, and you can do a whole range of things, and even if you do them consistently, somehow you still end up with a sleep problem. Again, make a note. Not being able to stay calm and still. I personally haven't felt that, because I very much will stay calm. Still, not so much. I was always on the go as a mum. So a lot of mine happened when I was a mum as well. Now, cold, sweaty, numb, tingling hands or feet. Also, for me, that extended to my brain. Okay, so it was happening all over. Shortness of breath, heart palpitations, dry mouth, nausea, tense muscles, dizziness. Now, with tense muscles, hi Sarah. With tense muscles, if you're not sure you have tense muscles, just do this one simple thing, okay? So if you sit here, sorry, Panda wants to join us today. Come and sit over here, love. Good girl. Good girl. Just do this one simple thing for yourself. So sit there, as you're seated there, take a nice deep breath in, okay? Just feel your breath going in. And then stretch your neck to the side a bit, okay? And then breathe out, take another breath in, and stretch your neck to the side again. And you can also do it forward, so you take another breath in, stretch your head forward, and back. Do that as you're breathing. Now, if you can barely move your neck, the rest of your body will be tense too. You just can't feel it at this point in time, okay? I get up every morning and do this just to see if I've slept funny or my body's tense, and then I make myself become aware of my muscles. One thing we will do throughout this is do our progressive muscle relaxation, because it helps you become more aware of your body. As you become more aware of your body, you're going to become more aware of the emotions that you're stuffing down, okay? Really, really important, because our body holds on like this, literally like this. And actually, if you have anxiety, you'll find that your toes and your fingers are like this too, really, really super tight. And when the anxiety or panic attack comes on, you usually find you're like this. And your toes are gripping on like this for dear world. Gripping, what's that saying? Gripping on for life, dear life? I think that's it. Okay, so the physical side, you will notice hot and cold flushes, and no, it's not women problems, it's not menopause. It really genuinely is panic attacks. You may or may not feel your heart racing, but it's happening. Tightening of the chest, quick breathing, restlessness, or feeling tense, wound up and edgy. So all of those symptoms you will find happen a lot. Mine was so far gone when it happened that I couldn't actually recognise how tense my body was. I didn't become aware of how tense my body was till I first started going to gym. And then I went, oh my goodness, I've been holding on to this for too long, okay? Psychologically, the excessive fear, worry, catastrophising or obsessive thinking. If you find your thoughts going round and round and round on one subject, on one thing, and you can't stop, then you're going to have to at least have the conversation with your doctor or a friend about this, how this is happening. But again, keep a note in your diary as to what's happening on what day. When I think back to when my kids were really young, I did worry a lot. Worry was my middle name, believe it or not. And I did have perfectionist standards. I didn't have them of other people. I just wanted to be able to do everything right. But of course, by the time you have 3 kids, you realise that it's not going to happen and you throw it out the door, okay? Mainly even just the washing is so far gone that you're like, how did this happen? I only added 1 to the mix. Have you found that? You only add an extra child, and next thing you know, look, I have to admit, I got told when I was pregnant with the third that the third one doubles everything. So doubles your food bill, doubles the washing, doubles how much you've got to do. And I just went, no way, it's all good. I was so wrong. I couldn't have been more wrong. It doubled everything, absolutely everything. So I soon learnt that trying to have everything perfect wasn't going to work, but what I was able to do was start working out an order. And then as they got older, I learnt that order was something that came at different ages. Does that make sense? So I would have a different order for each one as to where they were at. So that worked for me. Okay, and the behavioural part of the symptoms, avoidance of situations that make you feel anxious, which can impact on study, work or social life. So if you go out of the home to study, you won't want to feel like studying, you just don't feel like you can go to work. It's not that you feel that you can't go to work, it's that you feel so bound by the anxiety that it's hard to even just get out of bed. And your social life disappears, and you find yourself telling yourself that you feel happy at home alone, or maybe you don't. Maybe you tell yourself that you're unhappy at home, but you don't know how to overcome that. It is doable, okay? All of this, we have the ability to put work in, consistent work, and overcome all of this. If you're here and you've got any questions, just pop them down below. But I'm more than happy for you to ask me questions via private message as well. I do have a free group set up where all of us who have either experienced this, come through it, or are experiencing it in this moment, we support each other through good times, through fun. We support each other all around the world, and we're just there for each other. So if you want to join, I'll put a link down below. It's just a group with people who are determined to face their mental health challenges and overcome them. And we're all at different stages, but the one thing I can assure you of is that we all get there. We all, through the support and understanding, we get there. And the reason I started it too was because it needs to be a place where you're supported, you're safe, there's no judgment, etc., etc. And that's what we've got. That's what we've done for people around the world. And people can come and go as they please, etc., etc. And I wanted people to have a place where they could begin to come out of their shell with information, and not necessarily, if they don't feel comfortable, that they've got supportive community around them. And look, I have the most supportive community around me, but I still talk to people who understand what I've been through or can relate to how severe it is to have a mental health challenge that shuts your life down. Okay? And it's like everything in life. If we can't relate, then it's hard to have those conversations, and we need to be able to have the conversations. I mean, I'm still working towards being able to say to somebody when I'm out, okay, so all my family and friends are aware of all the challenges I faced. I mean, I had to get out of bed. I mean, I was in bed for 2.5 years because of medical mismanagement and what had happened. So I've been to the stage where it was just chronic. And now I go out in the world and it's a wonderful place. But I still want to be able to talk about it freely, and hence why we do this together. So basically we do life together. So I'll put the link for the group down below. I thank you all for joining me. I know it was a bit longer today, but I really wanted to share this information with you so you can share it with other people too. Education is important, and so is all the love from our heart for everybody else that faces challenges. We may face mental health challenges, but other people will face challenges, and it's in us being willing to have an open heart that we can teach others as well that it's okay. Whatever the challenges we face in life, we will do them together. Okay? Thank you, Cheryl, Dawn, Sarah, for joining in today. It's wonderful to see you girls. Dawn, it's wonderful to see you again. And I will be back tomorrow with more on anxiety. I had a request yesterday to do specific stuff about social anxiety, which I will do throughout this series as well. Okay, have the most wonderful evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.